Night hung heavy over New York. Neon lights flickered like restless fireflies, and the city's roar never stilled. But above it all, on the edge of a rooftop, a stranger stood staring out across the endless skyline, his spiky black hair whipped in the breeze, his orange sheet torn and dusty from battles no one here could imagine. Goku had no idea how he'd ended up here. One moment, he was training beneath the sun of his own world. The next, he was plummeting into a place of steel towers and glowing streets. Definitely not West City, he muttered, scratching his head. Down below, a scream split the night. A car was lifted and hurled across an intersection by something monstrous, thick, black, twisted. The figure wielding it was no ordinary man. Venom. And running into the chaos, firing webs like silver streaks, came Spider-Man. Of course, Peter Parker, grown mid-swing, couldn't even have one night off. He fired a strand, yanking himself into Venom's chest. The symbiote roared, swatting him out of the air like a fly. Spider-Man hit the pavement hard, his mask tilted, vision swimming. That's when the ground cracked beside him. Someone landed there, crouched, fists clenched, aura of raw strength radiating even without power-up. "Hey, you okay?" Goku asked, genuine concern in his voice. Spider-Man blinked at him. "Who the hell are you?" "No time. Let's stop this guy first." Goku charged forward without hesitation, his fist colliding with Venom's gut. The shockwave rattled nearby windows, sending the creature stumbling back. Spider-Man pushed up, dazed but watching. Whoever this kid was, he hit harder than the Hulk. Venom roared, black tendrils lashing outward. Goku dodged with ease, weaving through them as if it were a game. His grin widened. "You're strong. I like that." Spider-Man groaned. "Great, another lunatic who enjoys this." But he leapt in again, webbing Venom's arms while Goku delivered a flurry of blows that cracked the symbiote's hide. For the first time, Venom staggered. The two strangers stood side by side, the city trembling around them. Spider-Man panted, "All right, whoever you are, welcome to New York." Goku smiled, white and pure. "Thanks, I'm Goku." And in that moment, under the buzzing lights of the city, an unlikely partnership sparked. They didn't know it yet, but this night was the beginning of something far bigger than either could imagine. The city hadn't calmed after the fight. Sirens wailed in the distance, smoke rising, where Venom had crashed through cars and storefronts. Goku stood in the middle of the wreckage, peering at the red and blue stranger clinging to a lamppost. "So, you're Spider-Man?" Goku asked, voice bright, curious as a child. "Yeah," Peter muttered, webbing Venom's unconscious form to a bent traffic light. "And you're, what, exactly?" "Because guys who punch like you usually don't show up out of nowhere. I'm Goku. I like to fight strong opponents, and eat, a lot." He grinned as if that explained everything. Spider-Man stared. "Right, fantastic. Another powerhouse who smiles while throwing cars around. Exactly what I needed." Before Goku could reply, a sound caught his ear. A light tap against metal. His head turned. On the rooftop across the street, a figure crouched in shadows, silver hair glinting under the moon. Felicia Hardy, Black Cat. Her green eyes lingered on Goku, studying the stranger with more intrigue than caution. She knew muscle when she saw it, but this one didn't move like a brawler. He moved like something wild, untamed. Spider-Man groaned when he saw her. "Of course she's here. Why wouldn't she be?" Felicia leapt down, landing with feline grace. "Relax, Spidey. I'm not here for you. I just wanted a closer look at." Her gaze swept over Goku, lips curving. "Him?" Goku blinked, tilting his head. Hi." Felicia smirked. "Cute. Doesn't even know me yet." She stepped closer, her presence electric. "Name's Black Cat. And you are?" "Goku," he said simply. Spider-Man cut in, irritated. "Don't encourage her. She's a thief, not a teammate." Felicia ignored him, circling Goku like he was a mystery worth stealing. "You don't belong here, do you? I can see it in your eyes." Goku scratched the back of his head. "Yeah. I don't really know how I got here." Felicia leaned closer, voice soft as silk. "Then maybe you need someone who knows this city to show you around." Spider-Man groaned again, under his breath. "This is gonna be a nightmare." Goku just smiled, oblivious to the tension sparking between them. "That'd be great, thanks." Felicia's grin deepened, sharp and playful. "Oh, this is going to be fun." The night shifted then. In the smoke and broken glass of the battle, 3 lives tangled: the hero, the outsider, and the thief. And none of them yet knew how dangerous, or thrilling, that bond would become. The city glittered under neon and rain, alive with the hum of traffic. Goku followed Felicia across rooftops, his steps light, almost playful. She moved like a shadow, every leap calculated, every landing graceful. He, on the other hand, bounded effortlessly, sometimes overshooting her by whole buildings. Felicia threw him a glance, half amused, half testing. You're not even winded, are you? Nope. Goku grinned. This is fun. Your city's huge. Her smirk deepened. Most men can't keep up with me. You're different. From a distance, Spider-Man swung after them, muttering to himself. Great, she's already recruiting the alien muscle. Just what I needed. They stopped on the edge of a rooftop. Below, a truck sat parked by a warehouse, men hauling crates stamped with Kingpin's mark. Felicia's eyes narrowed. That shipment's worth millions, she murmured. Weapons. Black market. Goku tilted his head. Weapons? Why would people need those? Their punches don't seem very strong. Felicia gave him a look. Half disbelief, half laughter. You really are something else. Spider-Man dropped beside them, whispering urgently. Don't listen to her. We stop this. We web them up, and call it a night. Simple. Felicia's smile turned sly. Or we take the shipment for ourselves. Imagine the payout. Absolutely not. Spider-Man snapped. Goku frowned, caught between them. But, those guys are bad, right? Shouldn't we stop them? Felicia's gaze softened as she touched his arm. We'll stop them, handsome. Just my way. Before he could answer, Goku's instincts flared. He felt it, the sharp rawness of danger. He launched himself down in a blur, landing among the criminals. The ground cracked beneath his feet. Men shouted, guns raised. But Goku's hands blurred, plucking weapons from their grip like toys. He piled them neatly in a corner. These are too dangerous. You could hurt someone. The gang froze, trembling, until Spider-Man swung in and webbed them up. Felicia dropped down last, shaking her head in mock frustration. You're too honest, Goku. You'll never survive here like that. He smiled at her anyway, warmth in his voice. Then you'll just have to help me. Her heart skipped, though she didn't show it. Instead, she leaned close, whispering with a teasing curl of her lips. Careful. I might just take that seriously. Spider-Man groaned. Oh, this is definitely going to be a nightmare. Night pressed heavy over New York, the streets restless beneath a thin fog. Goku sat perched on a water tower, legs swinging as he stared at the city lights. The sounds below, sirens, laughter, anger, felt different from anything he had known. Alive, yet burdened. A soft thud behind him. Felicia. She moved like silk, settling beside him without a sound. Brooding already? She teased, brushing silver hair from her eyes. Goku blinked. Brooding? No, just thinking. So many people here, but they all seem lonely. Her smile faltered for a breath. Then she leaned back, crossing her legs casually. You're sharp. Most people don't notice. They just keep running in circles. He studied her, noticing the guarded edge behind her grin. And you? Felicia's laugh was light, but her gaze avoided his. I like to win, that's all. Before Goku could press, a roar split the night. The tower trembled. From the streets below, black tendrils surged upward, venom. His voice echoed like a snarl in steel. Spider-Man, and the alien friend. Spider-Man swung into view, landing on the opposite rooftop, fists clenched. Perfect. Just perfect. Goku's eyes widened, awe-sparking. Whoa, he's strong. Venom lunged, teeth bared, symbiote stretching like tar. Goku leapt down to meet him, fist colliding with the creature's chest. The impact shook the street, sending cars skidding. Venom staggered, then grinned, amused. Finally, a challenge. Spider-Man webbed Goku back mid-fight, hissing. Do you ever think before jumping in? Goku scratched his head, sheepish. He looked like he wanted to fight. Felicia watched from above, heart racing. Not just from Venom, but from the strange, unshakable light in Goku's eyes. Untamed power wrapped in kindness. Dangerous, yet magnetic. As Venom rose again, shadows stretching wider, Spider-Man cursed under his breath. This city wasn't ready for one of me. Now it's definitely not ready for one of him. Goku dropped back into stance, grinned sharp, fearless. Good, then we'll make it ready. Felicia's lips curved, caught between admiration and temptation, and in that heartbeat, the war for New York shifted. Rain slicked the rooftops, turning every light into a smear of silver. Goku stood at the edge, fists still buzzing from the fight with Venom. His clothes were torn, smoke rising faintly from his skin, where the symbiote's strike had burned. He hardly noticed. He was grinning, breathless. That was amazing, he said. Spider-Man dropped beside him, chest heaving. Yeah, if your definition of amazing is we almost died and the streets wrecked. Felicia landed last, boots clicking softly on the wet concrete. Almost died is our nightly routine, Tiger. The big guy just made it flashier. Her gaze lingered on Goku, the grin at her lips not quite hiding the sharp curiosity in her eyes. Goku tilted his head. You two fight like this all the time? Spider-Man groaned, wiping rain from his mask. Too often. And usually it's not with a walking nuclear warhead who thinks punching solves introductions. Felicia stepped closer, her hand brushing his arm as if testing the warmth of him. Don't listen to him. That strength of yours? It's intoxicating. Her voice softened, lower, threaded with something more dangerous. But power like that always leaves a mark. On the city, on you. For a moment, the storm hushed around them. Goku blinked at her, confusion flickering into thought. Then a crack echoed, gunfire below. A dozen figures spilled from an alley, armored, carrying Fisk's emblem on their vests. Kingpin's men. Spider-Man swore. And here I thought tonight couldn't get worse. Goku stepped forward instinctively, but Felicia caught his wrist. Her touch lingered, deliberate, careful. Fisk doesn't play fair. He'll use anyone, innocents included. Her warning proved true. One thug dragged a hostage into view. Gun pressed to their temple. Rain hammered the street, drowning out the crowd's gasp. Goku froze. His power meant nothing against a weapon aimed at someone defenseless. Felicia's voice was steady, sly. See muscles? This is the game we play. Strength isn't enough. Sometimes you have to out-thieve the thieves. Before he could answer, she vaulted over the edge, dropping into the chaos like shadow and lightning. Spider-Man groaned. Why do I get the feeling she's going to drag him right down with her? But Goku was already moving, heart hammering, not from the danger, but from the sharp pull Felicia left in her wake. And down in the storm, the city's pulse quickened. The Hudson shimmered under the city lights, black water broken only by the reflection of fire from Fisk Tower. Smoke curled against the night, and sirens wailed from far below. On the rooftop, Goku stood with fists clenched. His gi was scorched, hair damp from sweat and rain, eyes lit with that steady, burning resolve. Across from him, Venom's hulking form shifted, black tendrils writhing like serpents, and in the shadows behind, Kingpin watched, calm, calculating, as though even chaos bent to his command. Spider-Man's voice cut the tension. Big guy, I don't suppose you've got a plan that doesn't end with Manhattan crumbling? Goku shook his head once, a half-smile flickering. I'm not good at plans, but I can fight. Before Spidey could answer, Venom lunged. The impact rattled the rooftop. Concrete shattered under their weight as Goku slammed into the beast, fists blazing. Venom roared, claws carving scars into steel. But Goku pushed back, each strike echoing like thunder. Kingpin didn't flinch. His gaze drifted instead to Felicia, who had slipped behind him, her whip coiled like a serpent ready to strike. Felicia, Fisk said smoothly, as if greeting an old business partner. Still chasing thrills? You could have ruled the city at my side. Her laugh was low, dangerous. You mistake me for someone who likes leashes. With a snap of her wrist, sparks lit the air. Kingpin staggered as her whip caught his arm, the opening enough for Spider-Man to dive in, webbing his other hand. Below, Goku drove Venom back with a final surge of energy. He didn't unleash his full power. He couldn't, not here. But the force was enough to hurl the symbiote crashing into the side of the tower. The creature writhed, screeched, and then slithered away into the night, leaving silence in its wake. The battle ended not with triumph, but with breathless stillness. Fisk lay bound in webs and steel wire, glowering as sirens closed in. Felicia stood at the ledge, wind tugging her hair, watching the city's lights dance like diamonds spilled across velvet. Goku stepped beside her. His chest still rose and fell heavy, but his eyes carried something quieter now. You were right, he said softly. Strength isn't enough. I couldn't have done this without you, without both of you. Spider-Man, still catching his breath, muttered, don't make a habit of it. The insurance bills can't handle it. But his voice held a smile. Felicia glanced at Goku, her smirk faint, but her gaze sharp and searching. Careful, hero. Keep talking like that and I might start thinking you're not just muscle. He looked at her, earnest in a way that disarmed her usual defenses. I don't want to be just muscle. For a rare moment, she faltered, then laughed, soft and low, stepping back into the shadows. Then catch me if you can. And with that, she was gone, swallowed by the city's endless night. Goku stood at the edge, the wind tugging at him, the pulse of New York below his feet. He had faced monsters before, but this world offered battles that weren't just about strength. He grinned, bright and unshaken, ready for whatever came next. The city wasn't his home. Not yet, but maybe, just maybe, it could be.